Okay, folks, what I want to do here is to walk you through the first lab. I hope you've been able to connect to the virtual lab from eCollege. Remember, there should be a link there that will connect you to the virtual lab. Once you are in the virtual lab, you will have an interface like this. You will need to click on your course, and once you click on your course, you're going to see these servers that are sitting somewhere in a data center, and we're going to connect to them. This one is already on. It usually takes a few minutes to come on, so I don't want to bring it back on, but if it was not on, you would click right here to turn this device on. And once the device is on, now you are ready to do your work. Now, in this environment right here, I do not have Eclipse installed, but you will have it when you connect to your lab. So let me show you what Eclipse look like. You're going to have this icon right here, and all you have to do is double click on Eclipse. Now you're going to get this window, and this window is defining the workspace, the location that you're going to save your file. And that's important because later we'll have to upload these files to your computer from the virtual lab. So I'm going to leave it for the desktop right now. So I'm going to click OK here, and it's going to do a few things and load. Hopefully it'll load a program that I just wrote. No worries here. So I'm going to I was in the process of debugging something. Let me close it, and let me close all of these. And I'm going to go to File and create a new project, a new Java project, right? So let me close. I have a couple more things to close here. Exit, close. So now, new project. Okay, so I'm going to create a new Java project. Now, you need to give it a project name, and the project name can be anything you want to. So let me use my first one. My first one is the project name. Everything that you do for this project is going to be listed under this folder. Okay, everything is set up the way it's supposed to. Let me click Finish here, and yes. And now my first one is the Java project that I'm creating. Notice that I have a couple more here. These are from other things I wrote in the past. Now what I'm going to do is create a class. So the first thing I'll do is create a class here. Now notice, like I mentioned before, the source files are going to be stored in a folder called my first one. Okay, I need to give my program. Remember what we did before is just the folder where we're going to store all our files. Now, right now, what I'm doing, I'm creating the name for the program, my first program. Now, this may be your second program or whatever, but again, we're just leaving this the way it is. We're just picking a name. You can pick any name you want to, right? So you'll see what will happen in a second. And I also check public static void main, and you have to have that. If we don't check here, you'll have to manually type it. Okay, every Java program needs to have this statement right here. Finish. Okay, notice that, like I said before, notice it added this statement, which is good because otherwise we have to type all of this. Now, don't worry too much about this, what this means. We created a class, a public class, as opposed to private, which will be used in another module. So we're not, your instructor will talk about this some more. And every project has to have this main component, this main module. And what we're saying here, we're going to get a string out of this. Okay? Now, of course, you're going to talk about this some more as you proceed with the class. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to I've wrote a piece of code here, and this is the code. So let me, of course, there's an error right here because notice that I'm calling system.out.println. And if I run this, it's going to give me an error because it doesn't like what I have here. So I could run it and you'll see we're going to have an error, right? It's saying, okay, this is what we're going to compile and run. So it says you have errors, but I'm going to proceed. And these are errors that I see with my program. And you're going to run into a lot of errors as you develop your code, right? Otherwise, it'll be too easy, right? But and I know what the error is, and I'm going to just take this statement out and leave it here, right? And I have a print line. So what I have here, notice that some of these errors are no longer here. Now, what I'm doing, I am just printing out a statement, right? It says, hello, Ashford students. I still have one error. It says it does not understand print line. So let's see what we can do to fix this one here. It supports IntelliSense. So let's see if I can get it to fix this for me here. So I have a parentheses and I have a, notice that, let me show you. Let me get rid of this here. So if I do this, it automatically creates an open parentheses, a closed parentheses for me. Notice, let me do this again, because the system is, the IDE is intelligent enough to create, open a parentheses and close a parentheses. So to fix this, all I'm doing is somehow it was not reading the other parentheses. Note that as soon as I type one set of quotes, and it opened another set. And it leaves the cursor there for me to type what I want to type. Hello, Ashford students. Okay, that's all I want to do. Now I'm ready to run it. I have all my code. Remember I had an error. I fixed the error. Now I'm going to run this piece of code. Okay, now I don't see any errors here, right? It will give you a tilde underline if there was an error. So here we go. We're going to click OK here. Okay, error exists. I don't see an error. Let's see. Oh, I know. There's an error right here. Again, it gives you an error. But I know what the error is. You have to terminate a statement with a semicolon. Okay? It's good that we have these errors, and I hope it helps you learn this stuff. So now let's do it again. Go run. No error here, hopefully. No error. And look at my output. Hello, Ashford students. Okay? Now, notice that when you finish here, you're going to click File, Save, Save As, and remember it's going to save here. Notice the path here. That's underneath the desktop, and save. This is the file that you're going to turn into your instructor. Okay? I hope this helps. I'm going to terminate this right now so that it doesn't get to be too lengthy. Thank you for your attention.